Hey, hi, hello. I love watches and graphic design. So let's look at a vintage ad from Rolex. This was an ad that put Rolex on the map. It was printed November 24th in 1927. This lady, Mercedes Gleitz, swam across the English Channel the day before. And to commemorate it, Rolex took out an entire front page ad on the Daily Mail just to brag. The excursion for her took over 10 hours, where the watch was completely submerged for that entire time. Before this, it was kind of a tricky thing to get watches to stay waterproof. So just to show how durable their watches were and trustworthy, they decided to do this big ad. And there's a lot going on in this. The first thing is you see this big headline: Rolex introduces for the first time the greatest triumph in watchmaking. And then we have the big hero font, Rolex Oyster, and then the little catchphrase underneath, the wonder watch that defies the elements. Underneath that, over here above her picture, you have moisture proof, waterproof, heat proof, vibration proof, cold proof, and dust proof. You know, you're always worried about watch getting cold. The body of the ad says that it's hermetically sealed, which just means that it's sealed off, and they use a pressure with a gasket. And it's the Oyster is proof against changes of climate, dust, water, damp, heat, moisture, cold, sand, or grease. They say that you can wear it in tropical conditions, in the bath, and it has perfect timekeeping under all conditions. And it's all these things you're not even allowed to say anymore. Way over here on the other side, we've got the prices of them. £5 15 pence, I think is how you say that, which equals out to be about £1,200 or $1,500 in today's age, and then you just double that, so $3,000 for 9 karat gold, which is an interesting measurement, what you're not allowed to use in the United States, and still sell it as solid gold. You can still over in Europe. What you'll more commonly see from Rolex is the last option of 18 karat gold, which is 3 times the amount as the silver version, putting it roughly around $4,500 in today's day. And this color catalog is actually really cool. The design of it's really, really neat. Kind of have like a Art Nouveau, but it's a little bit more on like the deco side of things. I'll definitely have to show you guys that if there's any interest. I think it would also be like a really fun project to remake with today's technology. Just below that, they talk about how you can get it fitted with a quality leather strap. Maybe some other things. Oh, woven flex strap. I do know that there was some sort of like weird workaround with taxes and watches coming from Switzerland, where if you had like the whole assembled watch, you had to pay more in taxes. So oftentimes when they would send these out over to, England or wherever these are located, they would have the jewelers actually put a strap on them. So you'd have a Swiss watch with like an English or an Italian strap. Underneath here, they have 4 examples of what they would look like, every other one hexagon and square, all with Roman numeral dials and then a second sub-dial. So these are known as the Oyster, reference number 2081, and they are 32.5 millimeters across, I believe. They're also manual wind. They didn't create the automatic until later on. Here's an example of it in sterling silver, going for about $4,000. This one was produced in 1938, so a little bit older, newer. Yeah, newer is better, right? And then here's one in gold for $6,000, so not quite the double or triple the amount. I don't know if this is the 9 karat or the 18 karat, though. And this one seems to be a little bit more rare. I was not able to find one in gold. I didn't dig around too much, though. Here is that hexagon model for you, and this one's going for $5,000 on eBay. So yeah, Rolex has a lot going on this ad. Not only do we have like the big news story of the day, but we also have like an ad for a specific thing and for a specific person. Down here somewhere you can also find the location of where you can purchase a Rolex, along with all the prices over here to my right, and a free brochure, and all the watches down below here as well. Barely mentioning the feat that she completed. I'm sure that the actual newspaper, the Daily Mail, had a story on this on the second page, because again, this was the whole front page ad. You'd see this kind of ad a lot in vintage ads, where instead of being like a single picture or one little story, you'd see a whole bunch of things, and it would look like a news article. In today's day and age, obviously, like I said before, you'd probably just see like one big hero photo, or it would have been Mercedes Gleitz here wearing one of the Oyster watches, and I don't know, some sort of like action shot of her coming out of the water with it on. It'd be interesting to take all of this and modernize it. You can see that there's like tiny little mistakes almost, where they, the spacing here isn't quite right, and they use some justified things here to pronunciate it. We've got different kinds of alignments over here. Just a lot of things that could be readjusted so that it would be a little bit more appealing, especially to today's eyes. Maybe if this video does well, I will give it a shot and try to modernize this a little bit and explain the process that I took in doing so.